What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto Blitz, your home for your crypto fix. I'm your host, Ripple Van Winkle. Hopefully, everyone's having an amazing day. Hopefully, you're not staring at the crypto markets, the crypto charts, because it's been absolutely brutal out there. It started last night, looking like we're getting a little bit of a rebound this morning. Still way too early to tell where these markets are heading. I mean, at this point, there is absolutely no reason you should be looking at altcoins. All eyes on Bitcoin. That is it. We've been stressing this for quite some time. Bitcoin is going to dictate where the market goes. Bitcoin is going to dictate when it is time for altcoins to start to run up. Bitcoin is the one. It's always been the one. We've talked about this, and a lot of people have been spreading narratives, a false narrative on Twitter. We've been warning you about this. They keep preaching alt season's coming, alt season's coming. That is not the case. Since 2013 to present day, Bitcoin is always the first asset to break out. Nothing has changed here. It was very wary that Bitcoin was stuck in a range, 90 to 100,000. More like the range was 94 to 97,000. And once you're stuck in a range, you have two options. You're either going to break out or you're going to break down. In this case, Bitcoin broke down. And it's pretty much right around the numbers we've been talking about on BTC, right around that $90,000 region, the bottom of the zone. So it's going to be a very interesting day today to see how this thing recovers, to see if Bitcoin flips up out of here and starts to push up. We got the Bitcoin chart. We're going to go over it. We're going to go over XRP. We're going to go over the Ethereum chart as well. We're going to talk about the amount of money that has been liquidated out of the cryptocurrency markets. We're going to talk about the narratives behind it. We got a lot to go over, folks. We don't have a lot of time. So sit back, relax. I got my cup of coffee. Let's jump into it. Bitcoin, $89,230. Excuse me, as it changes right in front of our very eyes. It's currently down about 7% in the past 24 hours, but we are starting to see a lot of coins flip over on the hourly. The question is, are we going to maintain this green on the hourly charts, or is this just kind of a little bit of a head fake and we're going to go a little bit lower? Ethereum coming in at 2,438. It's currently down almost 10%. USDT is coming in at its dollar peg. USDC still 99 cents. And XRP is holding down that number for a spot. I mean, it is down from almost, what, 270 just a couple of weeks ago to $2.20. Over 11% in the past 24 hours, but it is recovering very well so far, up back over 5%, coming in at $2.20. Now, if you didn't listen to that video I put out yesterday, we went over the Patreon post. I told you that this dip was incoming. We put the targets up in Patreon. As I said, it's $5. What are you doing? Stop spending your money elsewhere, and all these people who are giving you fake hope, false promises, and only promise you the upside. We told the group, just be on the lookout, because we're going to have a little bit of a correction here. We said here are the downward targets, but this doesn't change anything. Just to stay focused. And if anything, it was another time to accumulate more XRP if that's what you wanted to do. I haven't done anything during this dip just yet. Last dip, loaded up on Ondo. This dip right now I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm looking at ETH, but if Bitcoin gets back to 91, it might be the time for me to jump into some Bitcoin and ride up Bitcoin, make some money, then rotate out, because we know what the plan is. We know what the strategy is, right? Bitcoin will go first. So Bitcoin goes up and prints me, 50%. 60%, I can then take that money, say I put 5,000 in, I come out with 7,500, I could put it into something that hasn't pumped yet, which at that point could be Ethereum. I could then ride that up, make it 2 to 3x in that, rotate out into alts. That is what I'm looking to do at this point, because my altcoin bags are loaded. Everything is loaded. I'm ready to rock. We are now just waiting on the crypto gods, to full send this thing. What should everyone be doing right now? Well, it's very simple. Everyone should go outside, go take a walk, look away, go grab a drink, go on the bike ride, get some fresh air, hit the pool, do something. Stop staring at your phone. It is that easy. Just chill. Come back when you start to hear the hype and all the news, when you start to hear, the public or the major news outlets talking about crypto. For now, just relax. There's nothing for you to do. And what is this? SBF is tweeting from jail? There is no way, right? There could be no way that this dude has a phone and internet service in his little cell. This has to be someone that took his account over. He says, I have a lot of sympathy for government employees. I too have not checked my email for the past few hundred days, and I can confirm that being unemployed is a lot less relaxing than it looks. I don't know about that, or if you're just in prison and you're not relaxed. He says, firing people is one of the hardest things to do in the world. It sucks for everyone involved. More often, the problem is that the company just doesn't have the right job for them. I'll tell this to everyone we let go, that it was as much as our fault, not for. So he just goes on a ramble here. I don't care what he's saying, to be honest with you. I just want to know, how is this man tweeting? That's crazy. And just in, over 1.4 billion liquidated from the cryptocurrency markets in the past 24 hours. A lot of people are going to spin this up. This is the FTX repayments. They're always looking for some sort of narrative to put this on. What do I think is going on? Pure manipulation. Here's the funny part. The Bitcoin miners right now, they're currently at a loss. They are at a loss. I believe they need Bitcoin to be around 95,000, right around that mark, for them to be in the profit. So Bitcoin miners at this current point are in a loss. Here's another crazy fact that I want you to think about real quick. Michael Saylor just purchased how many Bitcoin? And the markets go down? Does that even make sense to you? How is he buying millions, billions, whatever the number comes out to, worth of Bitcoin, and then the market goes down? Does that make sense? Doesn't make sense to me. CryptoPunk or Insight put this out. Bitcoin, majority of liquidity is now taken. So here you go. Here's the liquidity zones. Here's your liquidity that's sitting. You can see a lot of that's taken. He says maybe one more further dip, 87 to 84 on Bitcoin. Obviously, it does not have to play out. But I'll tell you what this was. This was the longs getting liquidated. If you pulled up, and I wish I had the data, if you looked at the chart for longs and you saw how many longs were out there, they're all gone. All the longs are liquidated. And we talk about the narrative here. What do? They liquidate the longs, and then they send the markets back up because these people are unable to get back into the markets, and they will have to buy in at a higher price, owning less of the asset. And here's the Bitcoin chart. This is what we're looking at on it. Above this little green bar in the middle where you see the mouse going above, we stay above that, means we're bullish. We were bullish all the way until about 90K. Unfortunately, we did have this little wick down here, but the body of the candle closed around 89,500. We were telling you our target was 90, pretty freaking close, right? To get back above and to flip Bitcoin back bullish, 92K. We are right there. Let's see what today brings out. This green, thick green bar at the bottom. This is where you could expect price reversal on Bitcoin. And it starts around 80K and it goes all the way to 63,000. I'll tell you right now, Bitcoin drops anywhere from the top of where it goes to light green, 77K and done, we're in serious trouble. Do I think we're going that deep? Nah, I don't think so. I really think by the end of this week, it's going to be over. Whether it happens today or it happens on Sunday, I think this mass liquidation event is coming to an end. They can only run this thing down for so long. I am still looking for that push up at the end of Q1, beginning of Q2 here. I'm looking for it to happen. Nothing has changed on my end as of yet. As we get closer to the dates, maybe this thing gets pushed back a couple of months. But as far as like the bull run being off, not the case. We are not in a bear market. These markets are going to continue to go up. Just look at who's still buying crypto, the major institutions. If the major institutions thought that the bull market was over, they would not be buying. They would not be buying, folks. Here's your XRP chart. You can see we touched the green down here. About $2.06, $2.07. We had a wick on it. The top of this thing to break out, sitting around $3 right here. You can see this crazy ass wick down here around $1.72. So where do we go from here? Well, time's going to tell, but I don't really care where XRP goes from here, to be honest with you. I care about where Bitcoin goes because Bitcoin's going to control the market. I think XRP at 223 was one of our targets. I think to get back into the range, we need to get into that 230 to 250. Once that's broken, we can pay attention to 272. When 272 is broken, we can pay attention to 282, and then we need to break that. So we got a little bit of work ahead of us. But you know what? Early days, folks. Very, very early days. Just pay attention to the narratives that are going on, and these narratives are being twisted and taken and being used by the market makers to cause extreme fear in the crypto markets. Do not fall for it. Do not be part of their major plan, of their takeover of the crypto markets. They are trying to get you out. The institutional players are stepping in, and they are trying to run the cryptocurrency game and the cryptocurrency market. As all this is happening, you are still seeing all of these companies still building, still pushing, still putting out and partnering with different companies, banks, institutions from around the world. It's not done. It is not even close to being done. I'm going to leave it like that. Look, wash your damn hands, be nice, and be kind to each other. Ripple Van Winkle is out.